So we're looking at the greatest wrestling prospect to be coming over to MMA since Henry Cejudo. Bo Nickal, tons of wrestling cred, but the big thing I would say is he's a 3-time NCAA Division I champion. That is an amazing thing to accomplish. Winning it once basically means you can transfer to the UFC and rise to the top 10 of the division no problem. You're probably asking yourself how confident I am in saying that. Well, to explain so, let me give you some reference points. Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, Colby Covington all competed in the NCAA Division I championship. None of them won it, yet all of them are known for their wrestling. What they did is become All-Americans, meaning that they placed within the top 8 of the NCAA tournament. But they did not win the tournament, and there can be a huge difference between number 1 and number 8 at such an event. Now let's give some more data points. Division I champions who have become a UFC champion: Mark Schultz, Mark Coleman, Mark Kerr, Brock Lesnar, and Johnny Hendricks. More All-Americans didn't win Division I, but did great in the UFC: Frankie Edgar, Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, and of course, the greatest fighter of all times, Chael Sonnen. Okay, so based on all that, you now understand that becoming a All-American wrestler, meaning top 8 in the NCAA tournament, Division I, is a pretty good predictor of how well you're going to do in the UFC. So what does that mean about a Division I champion? Well, the one thing to know is a lot of them don't end up crossing over. A lot of them stay within wrestling. They're champions at wrestling. Let's keep wrestling. So anytime a D1 champion crosses over, this is very exciting news. That doesn't happen that often. Let alone someone who's won it 3 times. Only 50 other people have won this thing 3 times. The first person to win the tournament 3 times was Earl McCready from Oklahoma State in the years 1928, 1929, and 1930. Almost 100 years ago, and more than 60 years older than when the UFC even started. So within that time period, only 50 people have done this. There was only one other time a 3-time NCAA Division I champion crossed over to the UFC, and that was Mark Schultz. He was actually in the movie Foxcatcher with Steve Carell, great movie, but moving on. The UFC was a very different landscape back then. Those were the dark ages of fighting. I'm talking like UFC 9, where there's headbutts and people are punching each other's balls. We have evolved light years since then, especially in the striking. And I would say this is the perfect opportunity to show a concept that I love. I talk about this a lot with my students. It is that wrestling can greatly improve your striking. But first, a quote from a samurai, Miyamoto Musashi, the best samurai. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. You may be thinking if you want to be an elite striker, well, you should probably go practice a lot of striking. But that's not exactly true, because the thing about wrestlers is they tend to do a lot of this. And I'm no data scientist, but it would appear that there is a direct correlation between how good their wrestling is and how easily they're able to do that to you. And in case you didn't know, having this happen to you is the worst. It's the worst case scenario. Did you know your head bounces off the ground? It's like you're getting hit in the head twice. Ready? Watch McGregor's head bounce here. Not this one, the next one, you really see it. Boom. It sucks. Knowing this, MMA fighters know this, your opponent's gonna be like, wait, How many times did he win the NCAAs? And you better be sure he is going to try his darndest not to get taken down. And what that means is, anytime it even semi-looks like Bo's going for a takedown, this guy is going to freak out. And because of that, he's open to some crazy strikes from Bo. Let's break down everything that led up to what you're seeing here. We're going to be using feints. If you know this about my channel, cool. If not, know this. Red means feint, yellow means reaction to a feint, green means the actual move. Here we have the first feint, which is a feint takedown, a feint double leg. He steps forward with his leg and lowers his arm. He's making it appear like he's going to try to grab that lead leg there and start doing some wrestling. Now this guy here can't help but react to that every single time. It's almost like he has to react to that. Now pay attention to this left arm here and this left lead leg. That was a giant reaction. Any reaction is a big reaction, and that was a big reaction. Continuing, we're going to look at the second feint. See if you can see it. It's going to start right here. See, Bo has reached forward and down with that arm and leg once again, and pay attention to the opponent's lead arm and lead leg. Once again, we've got one big, giant reaction moving back. Now here's the thing. This guy's taking the bait on two feints. That's really bad. If he knows you're going to bite a feint, he's going to start to really take advantage of that. So what Bo's going to do is just go for another one. Why not? The guy's just going to back up anyways. And right away he goes, and he goes in deeper. He's really testing what kind of distance this guy is going to give him. The thing is, biting on these feints isn't harmless. It frazzles your brain. You only got so much working memory up there, in a situation like this especially. So biting on these, the reset time from that really can scramble you. Bo knows that, so he's going to do it 2 more times, knowing there's not going to be any consequences. He's going to frazzle this guy. Ready? Here's feint number 1. And now this guy, of course, he's going to have to back up. And Bo's just going to do it again, because why not? Here it comes. There's the step in and the level change, and of course, this guy's got to back up. So this guy's reacted to 5 or 6 feints now. His brain is fried. With his brain sunny side up, and the fear of the takedown growing ever more present by the second, Bo's opponent's not going to notice that when that shot actually does come, there's a missile of a left hand coming right behind it. And this guy's brain just went from sunny side up to scrambled. Now, if you watch this again, you will notice that this guy turns his head and seems to be looking completely at the shot coming from Bo, while completely and utterly oblivious to the big piece of pound cake that's coming from behind. This man is hit with a dynamic duo of poundage, sending him flying into another dimension. And that is not how he wanted things to go. Here you can really see it. Look, he's looking right at the shot. This poor guy thinks he's got everything figured out, only to be completely and utterly proven wrong. Let us also take notice to how deep Bo gets in on this shot. This is just insane. Normally, when someone shoots, you get like this deep, right? You're in, but like, you know, there's a little ways to go. Look at this. I mean, that's deep enough to shoot on 2 people. So back to my point earlier about wrestling improving striking. Sure, Bo improved his striking in order to do this, but it was the wrestling that set it up. Remember, there are many paths to the top of the mountain, but they all lead to the top of the mountain. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe